answer in a
you want me
moment.
to answer?
I want the answer in a minute because you heard the answer the first
Not
time.
before you bash me, though,
You heard
right?
but
Not
you heard
before
the
you
answer
bash
the
me.
first time. You
Yeah.
sneaky, you a shyster,
I'm not
bruh.
sneaky.
Yes, you
Sneaky about
are.
what I
that said that if that Hunter Biden laptop story
have any arguments against that right now, and I want to see how it goes. All right, so question then, before he even pull up and we try to figure out how to get him on here, what's the biggest thing that you push back against conservatives on, and what's the biggest thing that conservatives really go on your neck for even commenting on?
I would say Trump, but I feel like that's just a lot of like the pro-Trump people in terms of just like the indictments, specifically like the documents case. Because a lot of the times they'll bring up the fact, they'll be like, oh, like he was allowed to have those documents because of the Presidential Records Act. And it's like, I don't know if you guys read the Presidential Records Act, but like that's literally not what it says.
Then tell me literally what it says.
Word for word, because I don't know.
Yeah, you literally, when you use words like literally, I gotta check you on literally.
You know what I mean by literally. You know what I mean by literally. I don't know what like word for word memorized, like I know song lyrics. But the idea of the Presidential Records Act wasn't enacted so there would be a check and balance on the president for them to not be able to keep those documents. So it's like, it's the exact opposite of
It's not though. It's lawyers have brought that up in arguments that he actually has. They said exactly that. The same thing that conservatives push back with you on.
Yeah,
what
did they
he
say?
Was supposed to have those records. He could have those records.
Why could he have had those records?
Presidents can have those records. Senators cannot. Okay, vice presidents cannot. Presidents can. But when you said literally, here's the thing. When you said literally, you are the literal person here. Me, I'm a figurative person. That's why I never claim to know exactly what I'm talking about. What happens is I apologize. I try to learn more, but I never claim to know it all. But when I'm talking to somebody who's literal like yourself, who claim to know it all, then I want you to produce whatever you claim to be literal. Now you have the opportunity to actually do that. There's no rush in this conversation. You can Google it. You can Wikipedia it and find out exactly what you need in order to shut these conservatives down forever, because you'll be that guy to shut them. Like, I shut them all down.
Okay, I'll do that literally right now.
Please do, because
I will do that. But I want to say I never claim to say I know everything. So you're already like poisoning the well right now, bro. Like, I don't claim to know everything at all, and that's my philosophical stance, that I don't think humans know everything. I think that people just need to do their due diligence to make sure that what they're talking about, if they're going to say it confidently, they should at least be doing the research as opposed to just looking things like, or just watching one narrative of it. But yeah, let me look up the Presidential Records Act right now. Which lawyers are you talking about to push back on it?
1 second. Don't. You can't do that. See, you're doing exactly what you tried to do last time. You're not trying to answer my question. You're trying to ask me a question so I can answer a question first.
Hold on.
I want you to answer the question. But you can't, because I already know the game you play, bro. I know the game.
What are you talking about? I'm looking up the Presidential Records Act. I'm just asking you because your counter to me was lawyers have pushed back on it. So I'm asking you what lawyers have pushed back on it.
We got Davon here. This is the thing that Davon does. I know who you are, Davon. I know who you are, young man. That's why I don't get into back and forth with you. The only reason why I don't get into back and forth with you is because I find it funny to watch you and Andrew go back and forth having fun inside of a playground that you know that you don't agree with, don't need to be in, but y'all just coming over there to kick stuff over.
That is funny though. That is funny.
And just start like you two are the people who would just come through on skateboards at a park that's not for skateboards. It's for people just chilling and walking on dates, and y'all just come out there doing parkour and all that other stuff. I get it,
parkour
man.
On skate. I think parkour is without a skateboard.
I mean, I'm just like running around and jumping off of walls and trees and all that other stuff. But y'all are the interrupters. When you're an interrupter, though, here's the thing. When you're an interrupter and you enter into somebody's community,
tell me about me, baby.
Presenting, you are an interrupter. Would you say that you're an interrupter?
No, this is what I think. I think on social media, a lot of people love to just sling mud. It's just a social media thing. I will admit that. I guess as a person, like morally, I don't think it's the best thing for politics, for people to like, you know, do that. I will admit that I engage in it sometimes on social media because Twitter's just, it's just fun to just like, you know, it's just fun to go at people. It's fun to go at people on Instagram like that. But in terms of like when I actually do like believe something, even if I'm trolling, like I will say what I actually believe. I don't like to be like, this is the reason why I show up and actually try to have actual discourse, because when you're actually talking to me, I try to actually say, okay, we need to get to the facts of the matter and look at what the case is. Everybody lives in an echo chamber. It's just gotten so annoying. Fighting with progressives on this issue has been an issue. And I notice fighting on the right is the issue, but each side will label you, oh, we know who you are. You're just, you know, you're really a conservative. Oh, you're really like far left. And it's like, no, you guys are just locked into these echo chambers that when you see somebody pushing back against something that might be false about what you believe, you guys cast them in this box. And it's, I feel like it's toxic to the American project as a whole. But I mean, I'm looking up the Presidential Records Act right now. Do you want me to read it? You could screen share it too, so your people know.
No, I don't want you to read it. Well, yeah, feel free. Yeah, read it.
Yeah, okay. So the Presidential Records Act, PRA, of 1978 governs the official records of presidents and vice presidents that were created or received after January 20th, 1981. The PRA changed the legal ownership of the official records of the president from private to public and established a new statutory structure under which presidents and subsequently NARA must manage the records of their administrations. The PRA was amended on 2014, which established several new provisions. It just breaks down a bunch of like the provisions for it and everything.
You said 2014?
2014 is when they amended it. And this amendment is actually important because this is something I looked up when people were talking about Biden has no right to declassify the documents.
Who was in office when it was amended?
It was Obama. Because what happens is, it is important, but like every president, it's important, but it's important for a reason that conservatives don't realize it's important. Mm-hmm. They keep saying that Biden didn't have the authority to declassify documents.
Okay.
He did have the authority to declassify whatever he classified.
Okay.
As per that amendment.
Okay.
I didn't know if you had anything else to say.
No, you were supposed to be reading it to tell me why that it was actually written that Donald J. Trump did not have permission to do it. That's what we were talking about.
Okay.
You was talking. Whoa. You see,
you want the answer?
Thing. No, don't answer. Don't answer.
You don't want the answer to the question.
I want the answer in a moment. I want the answer in a minute because you heard the answer the first time.
Not before you bash me, though.
You heard
you
heard the answer the first time.
All right, bash me. I love it.
Hold on, but time out. But you brought up the indictments, and you said that he was not supposed to have those classified documents. Literally, inside of the document that you inside of the document, you said this inside of the document that you are reading right now. You said it literally says that Donald J. Trump was not supposed to have those classified documents. What you're supposed to be reading to me right now is where it says that.
Yeah, I know. I haven't gotten like that far before you like.
But you stopped me and said, "Any more questions?"
Because we were talking about the amendment thing. I thought you wanted to talk more about like.
No, I never said anything about an amendment. We stopped at the amendment on the way to your answering the question.
I know you said that was an important thing, so I thought you wanted to respond to that thing. But
okay. I'll follow you, brother. I'll follow you.
Got you. All right. Everything you can't treat a misunderstanding like he's trying to trick me because that's how bad faith happens.
I know who you are, bro. You don't know who I am. You sneaky. You a shyster, bro. Yes, you are.
What I did.
I asked you a question and you clearly did not know how to get to the answer to that question, and you stopped where you wanted to stop because you knew that you ain't know what you was talking about in the first place.
Oh hell
no! No, I stopped because you said that the Obama thing was important.
Well, check out. Like I'm gonna be quiet and I'm gonna let you find it.
Okay. All right. That was the post from NARA. Specifically, the PRA establishes public ownership of all presidential records and defines the term presidential records. Requires the vice presidential records to be treated on the same way as presidential records. Places the responsibility for the custody and management of incumbent presidential records with president. Requires that the president and his staff take all practical steps to file personal records separately from presidential records. Allows the incumbent president to dispose of records that no longer have administrative, historical, informational, or evidentiary value. Oh, that's Chris. Hey, establishes a law. I'm trying to find the specific part about why he's not able to.
Of course you are. You said you can. You might as well just stop reading right now because what you're not going to do, you're not going to find it.
It's long. It's in there. I just have to.
I know it's in there somewhere. I just don't know where. But it says it.
Why are you so just calm down?
It's in there somewhere. I just can't find it.
Dude, relax.
No, the reason why I'm so animated right now is because you just now proved yourself to be wrong. Let's move on to
No,
the
I
next
didn't.
thing.
I didn't
You just
prove
did,
myself
bro.
to be wrong.
You did. You could not find what you was talking about.
Yeah, because I wasn't finished reading it. It's an entire thing.
Listen, what you
the
are
part
doing.
the part that involves Trump retaining the documents isn't right at the beginning. I was reading through it. I'm trying to find the actual part. If you want me to read the entire thing,
You do
it's gonna
not
take a
have
while.
to read the first chapter in order for me to understand where exactly it says it. It could say it on the 15th chapter, but you're gonna read the entire thing, bro. You're supposed to be proving a point. That point should be found in a sentence or
I can tell you.
paragraph. Do you know what section
Yeah, but I
it's
have
in?
to scroll. No, I don't know what section.
You don't know the city. Do you even know the state?
What?
Do you know the state is in? Do you know this? You don't know the street. You don't know the street. You don't know this. You know the city.
Okay, I'm just gonna tell you about the part instead of reading from the beginning.
Because you can't do because it's gonna be coming from your heart, and that's not.
Well, then I can
the
look
point.
it up. I can look it up, which is what I'm telling you I can do. But
Okay, well, while you're looking it up, read in silence, and I'm gonna talk to Chris. And when you find it, say, "Hey, I got it."
All right, I will do that.